name is Christina Stabile, and today I'll be presenting my research for my honors project on functionalism. Functionalism is the theory that every part of a society serves a function and has an essential purpose, contributing to the survival of the society as a whole. Functionalism focuses on the relationship between these parts. A key figure who had an important influence on the structural functionalist perspective was Herbert Spencer. Throughout his life, Spencer had to overcome various circumstances that affected his education and health. These challenges and his perseverance to overcome them later influenced the creation of the functionalist perspective. Herbert Spencer was a 19th century sociologist and philosopher from England who is most famous for applying Charles Darwin's theory of survival of the fittest to the study of how societies have come to grow and evolve over time. As a child, Spencer was raised in a family that believed strongly in the concept of individualism. Spencer was sick for a good portion of his childhood, so he was homeschooled by his father and his uncle. Though the lessons he was learning at home were mostly mathematical and science-based versus history and knowledge of facts, I feel these teachings had a large impact on Spencer's learning capabilities, which further influenced his area of study and research in the social sciences. Being homeschooled, Spencer learned a variety of subjects that were chosen with bias based on his father and uncle's experience and own personal knowledge. Spencer had to continue to work at his education in order to expose himself to new ideas so that he was not shielded by the predisposed teachings from his father and uncle. This is similar to the basis of the ideas of functionalism, as he had to work to educate himself so that he could make a positive impact on the world around him. According to revised sociology, the function of education in our society within the functionalist perspective is for the education to create social solidarity, teach skills necessary for work, as well as educating students on core values and the role of allocation that they play in society. Though Spencer did not get in the same education as other students around him, each skill Spencer was introduced to helped to serve a purpose to his education and the basis of his knowledge, which then prepared him to survive in the society with real-world experience, influencing the creation of the functionalist beliefs. Spencer lacked strong communication skills when communicating and working with other individuals, which is deemed a result of the individualistic views that he was raised with. Because of this effect of his family's individualistic views, Spencer later began to believe that the creation of all things in our society were based on the principles of evolution, and only the fittest and most resilient were going to survive. Functionalism takes into the account of all these aspects, as well as the idea that each individual is doing their part to contribute to the society in its entirety. I feel that strong presence of individualistic views surrounding Spencer's childhood, based on his familial beliefs, impacted his contributions to functionalism. Functionalism signifies great empowerment to the individuals involved. The beliefs that surrounded Spencer his whole life played a significant role in formulating his own beliefs as an individual, and such beliefs are expressed and evident in the principles of functionalism. When he reached his mid-30s, Herbert Spencer suffered from neurotic health conditions and insomnia. He began to distance himself from the world and worked tirelessly on formulating his research and findings on his sociological perspective. During his lifetime, Spencer wrote for various journals, as well as being the author to several volumes of books based on his research and beliefs. As I said before, Spencer believed strongly in survival of the fittest, and I think his medical and health circumstances had a great influence on his beliefs and his study area of interest. From childhood, Spencer continuously battled illness and had to overcome such illnesses to the best of his abilities in order to survive in the world. I think this is the basis contributing to his work and knowledge, as Spencer had first-hand experience on the concept of survival of the fittest. He applied Darwin's concept not to biology, but to the society as a whole, contributing to the functionalist perspective, which still plays a prominent role in the beliefs of our society today, and the theory of functionalism in itself. Though Spencer suffered from these neurotic health conditions, which caused him to distance himself from the world, he did not succumb to his illness. Therefore, he continued to do research and contribute to the society, just as those according to the present-day functionalist theory will. Spencer's perseverance to overcome his health concerns, lack of education, and bias with familial views influenced him to work and spread his knowledge of our society and its functions. This being said, the functionalist perspective came to be and is still widely evident in the everyday lives of our world today. As I mentioned before, functionalists believe strongly in the education system, and these beliefs are still evident within the education and job market of our world today. For most young individuals and students like myself, college is not an option. It is simply expected of us. We go to school, study hard, get internships and job experience so that one day we can enter into the world as well-educated citizens ready to join the job force. Now it is becoming more and more difficult to obtain a job without a college degree, and it's even more evident in our society that most successful people go on to further their education past undergraduate degrees as this is the new norm. So yes, we are educating ourselves so that we can get good jobs and later support our families with a well-paid salary, but we're not the only ones benefiting here. The state and the governments are benefiting through tax revenue made by those who obtain jobs. This whole system works simultaneously to support the theories of the functionalist perspective. Now, when threats of a change in the minimum wage based on this past election or layoffs in a company due to a poor economy are involved, we see a shift in the functions of each individual's expectation to the contribution to society, which threatens the ideas of functionalism as well. Overall, though, our society today focuses on upholding the functionalist beliefs and maintaining a balance of functions among individuals in every community. Another issue that I found interesting within our world today is government nonprofit organizations and the idea that social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship, according to its dictionary definition, is the use of techniques by startup companies and other entrepreneurs to develop, fund, and implement solutions to social, cultural, and environmental issues. I volunteered various times for the organization Feed My Starving Children over the past few years. This organization runs completely on donations and the work of volunteers, which help to package food to send to other countries in need of relief around the world. Feed My Starving Children is a great organization and is doing amazing things to help people all around the globe. For every child they feed, now these children can be healthy enough to survive in the world and help to support their own families in need. The food gives them the strength to go to school and to learn and to get jobs that will in turn help them make valuable contributions to the society. This is functionalism at its finest, as we are all trying to survive in the world and are thriving on the interrelated communities throughout the world to continue to work together to make this society a better place for everyone. Overall, functionalism is a very prominent perspective, contributing both to the history of our society as well as being still evident in our everyday lives. Herbert Spencer's contributions to functionalism were based on his beliefs on the overall structure of the society and its relationship between the various parts of functions of each person contributing to the society as a whole. I found it very interesting to see the impact on the sociological perspective that Herbert Spencer was able to make because of his life circumstances. His positive contributions to the creation of functionalism are greatly respected, and the examples that we discussed earlier, seeing the effect of functionalism in our society today, shows the extraordinary depth to Spencer's research and his ideas.